Collaboration, right? So right now on Instagram or maybe even on Twitter, we have this whole influencer program or thing that's really taken over America. Now, there might be some difficulties that come along with that as far as like exploiting the artists and the people that are creating the content. But there's a lot of great companies that see the value of influencers, quote unquote, that have an influence over their social media accounts. You know, I've been reached out to by many companies. I worked with Budweiser last year. I worked with Coach last year. They didn't want to use any of those images on their particular social media platforms. They wanted to cherry pick my following by me creating content for my Instagram page. So as a company, say you're a bag company and you want to create a little bit more of a wider net, well, if you have 1,000 followers, there's only so many people you can reach out to. But if you identify someone that is stylish, that is an influencer within that particular community that might have 10,000 followers, it would be wise of you to possibly reach out to that individual and talk about creating content, creating paid content for that particular individual. Now, there might be folks that would be okay with creating content for free just for an exchange of goods and things of that nature, but you have to make sure you walk that line of not trying to be disrespectful to them, you know, of their talent, of the gift that they have of creating great content. And a lot of folks are realizing that by paying these individuals to not only create this content but really be able to reach out to their particular target demographic, because now you're going to be exposed to thousands of individuals that never knew about your product in the first place. And now they're going to have a whole new set of individuals that are going to know about you, and guess what, they trust my opinion, and they're going to once again go back to your Instagram and go back to your website, and once again that's going to be conversions. Now on the back end of that, if you're looking at, say for example, that's something that I really looked at that was great to grow my following, was collaborating with other individuals that are on that platform that I feel like would be appropriate within my target demographic. I knew, for example, that I wanted to work in the music industry. I knew I wanted to work with musicians. So I reached out to as many musicians locally here as possible and provided my service for free, just so I could, A, show them the value of my particular service, and then B, being able to be exposed to their particular audience as well as other musicians that are in their industry, which allowed me to get legs within that as well. So that's a perfect example of how if you collaborate with the right type of individuals, whether it's companies, brands, influencers, whatnot, it will allow you to have access to a demographic or the people that you would not normally have access to as well. So I think that goes a long way, but it has to be organic and it has to make sense. You just can't be reaching out to everybody all willy-nilly just because they have a large following, right? It has to be someone that fits within your demographic. It has to be someone that you can build a partnership with, and it can't just be a one-off. This has to be a long-term relationship that you're building, and it can go a long way.